Hey, it's Pete Thorn, and hey, a box showed up today from the nice folks at Sweetwater. I know what's in here, but you don't yet. Let's open it up and I'll show you what's inside. Ah! So, 5 great analog delays. I'm going to plug them all in, play some guitar. I'm going to see what I can come up with these 5 pedals. We'll pit them all back to back and head to head, see what they sound like. But first, coffee. Always first, coffee. So when Sweetwater first approached me about collaborating on a video, I thought, what's something that makes sense? What can we do together that makes sense? I thought, these guys have got access to pretty much every piece of gear out there. So I thought, why don't they send me 5 of one type of pedal, and I can compare them all back to back, and we can listen to the relative differences and strengths and merits of each pedal. So obviously I'm not going to be able to go super in-depth into all the tones each one of these pedals is capable of creating, just be too much for one video. But what I tried to do is dial in each pedal for a really, really great delay sound for this particular guitar part that I'm playing. So just a little bit about each one of these pedals now. Let's talk about them, then we'll get to the sound examples. This is the Deluxe Memory Man from Electro Harmonix. Classic pedal, of course. They've recreated it in a slightly smaller housing than the original, and the original ones used to have an AC cable coming out of them. This one's powered by a 24-volt adapter that they provide. This is a classic pedal, and it takes me back. As soon as I plug it in, it sounds like the old one I have. I have an original. And, you know, capable of both chorus and vibrato modulation. The vibrato modulation is always my favorite because it makes me think of the Edge. That's just what he used, and it's got this beautiful warble to it that just lends so much color and texture to the delay tone. I just love it. Compared with some of the other pedals in this roundup, this one's got a clearer sound, actually. It seems to have more headroom. You know, for an analog delay, it has a relatively clear tone, while still having some of the sort of characteristic high-end roll-off that analog delays are known for. MXR Carbon Copy. This has been a very, very, very popular pedal for a number of years now. They make some different versions of it now. This is the original version that they first came out with, though. Such a simple pedal. It's just a mix and a delay time knob and a regeneration control, and then you get a switch here that switches in some modulation. The mod, as you'll notice in the sound examples, is kind of a, it sounds like a sine chorus kind of mod to me. It's not a vibrato type mod, not like a fast warble or anything. It's just kind of a subtle sine chorus sounding mod, and sounds just great. It's a fairly lo-fi, dark-sounding affair, the Carbon Copy, but that can be a great thing, especially if you want to push the mix up real high and get lots of delay going. You know, if a delay's got too much clarity and too much clear top end, sometimes if you push the mix up real high, it can get in the way of your core guitar tone. So having a dark-sounding, kind of almost murky-sounding delay can be a really beautiful thing for building ambient beds behind your core guitar part without getting too much in the way. DOD Rubberneck delay. This is a great sounding pedal. I've done a dedicated demo video on my channel for this thing, so please check that out for more info on it, because it's capable of so much that I can't get into here, but all kinds of cool stuff. It's got a tone control on it, so you can make it bright, you can make it dark, adjustable rate and depth for the modulation. It's got an effects loop, so you can patch other effects in there to affect just the delay trails, and of course it's got this rubberneck capability that allows you to get some really crazy spaceship kind of sounds, but just a really, really terrific sounding pedal. I dig this one a lot. Way Huge Supa Puss, some great features in this one. It's got adjustable speed and depth for the modulation. It's also got tap tempo, and by pushing the feedback knob, you can select the subdivision, whether you want 8th notes or dotted eighths or all that good stuff for the tap. What else? It's got a gain control and a tone control as well, so you got a fair amount of control over the tone of the delay. And last but not least, the DM2W, the Waza Craft version of Boss's classic DM2 analog delay. Always a terrific sounding pedal. So many players bought the DM2 and used it on their pedal boards in the 70s and the 80s. Little bit of an unfair fight here because this one doesn't have modulation in it, but that's okay because sometimes you don't want modulation. For instance, if I'm playing dirty rock lead guitar and I want some analog delay on that type of tone, I generally don't want mod on that. Or if rockabilly slapback echoes, for instance, I don't really use modulation on that. There's all kinds of instances where I just want a straight up analog delay with no mod. It's a fairly dark sounding pedal, but once again, that means it's going to sit behind your core guitar tone really, really nicely. So the signal chain for all the guitar tones in this video is my old Tele running into the TC Polytune tuner, coming out of that into an exotic SP compressor. Next is the delay pedal. And then I'm hitting the front end of my Vox AC15 hand-wired amp on the normal channel. And I'm using the UA aux to load the amp down to line level and for speaker simulation. Then I'm coming out of the aux digitally into my UA Apollo 8P interface and using Logic for my DAW. So guys, we're giving away 2 of these great pedals, the Boss DM2W and the DOD Rubberneck. All the information is in the video description below on how to enter. I wish you the best of luck. I really hope you win one of these great pedals. And hey, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and to Sweetwater's channel as well. And thanks so much to Sweetwater for hooking up this video and reaching out to me to do this. It was a lot of fun. I hope we can do more together soon. And wish you all the best of luck and Happy New Year. All right, it's Pete Thorn. Over and out.